I have some experience speaking in Finland. After my startup, I worked at Nokia. And I learned early on, I'm not going to expect any feedback from you guys. I'm not going to tell any jokes. I'm just going to give you the facts, because that's all you want to hear is the facts. But this talk is actually for entrepreneurs. So to the extent are there any founders in the room? Can you just give me a hands up? All right. How many are Finnish founders? Okay. Any US founders here? All right, you're going to be disoriented. It's just going to be straight facts, man. Straight facts. All right, I'm going to try to sum up. So it was a great intro. Just a little background. So I've been doing this for 16 years by accident, but it's been kind of fun. But I've been fortunate enough to be part of 2 very successful companies, and that everybody knows those companies, and that's great, and that's why I do what I do. It's actually about the product. And I myself was an entrepreneur and still consider myself an entrepreneur, but it's always about the product. So people remembering the company is more important to me than anything else. That's what gets me excited. I've been doing this for 16 years. I've invested in 31 companies. So my perspective is I'm an early stage investor. I always am actually, the first institutional investor. So that's my perspective. If you're a late stage person, I don't understand your business, you don't understand mine. I have a very hardcore bias to starting companies. Of those companies, over that 16 years, I invested in 31 companies. The 3rd company was PayPal. I really barely understood what was happening. The 24th company was Waze. I still barely understand what is happening, but I can give you a few thoughts about it. There's been a lot of great speakers I've heard here, some really good entrepreneurs. Normally I disagree with most of the VCs. Everything they've said has been truth, which is amazing. So, all right, you have to bear with me. This is the one presentation that might not be as good, but I'm going to try to sum up 16 years in 3 words. So the first word is mission. This is for the entrepreneurs. You've got to realize that you're betting everything. You're betting your life, you're betting your integrity, you might be betting that relationship that's dear to you. It's all on the line. It's all about the mission. It's not about elevator pitches. It's not about buzzwords. It's about the mission. What the hell are you building? What are we doing? Why are we gambling everything on whatever it is we're throwing ourselves into? This is true for great companies too. It was true for Nokia. It's true for a lot of companies, but it's that mission which is what everybody's going to remember. It's the mission which is going to enable you to recruit that key person who makes a difference, the life and death of your company in that key hire. If you don't have a mission, then what the hell are we talking about? It's all about the mission. It's not buzzwords. I'm not here to tell you how to raise money. Other people talked about that. But do not talk in buzzwords. Do not talk in acronyms. You are not the Uber of SEO. You're not the Uber of anything. You're not the anything of anything. You're it. You're the most unique person at that moment in time. You've decided this is the mission. That's what it's all about. You're betting everything. You're asking investors to bet along with you. Every employee that comes with you is betting on the mission. The mission can change. Actually, I heard a good quote earlier. You may have to recast it. Maybe every 18 months you should think, are we relevant? That's not a pivot. I don't like the word pivot. I understand lean startup as a concept is great. Pivoting is dabbling. This is like your life. This is your credibility. You're betting it. Pick something that really, really makes a difference. So that's what I mean by mission. And I think that a great way to look at it is, or a good summary is Peter Thiel's book, 0 to 1. He also talks about how great companies, they're all about the mission. Any company you associate with, any great internet company you associate with, they have a core mission. So that's word number 1, mission. Okay, the next word is time. This is the one that's a little bit uneven. Okay, if you're an entrepreneur, you actually have to live in both places at the same time. Your job is to predict the future. Your job is not to compete with the present. So when you start a company, it's about the exit. It's about the trajectory of this fantastic mission that you've launched. You have to think in terms of how long it's going to take me to get there. And so it's really about what the future market opportunity is, who the future potential roadblocks are. That's how you need to think. Don't define yourself in the present. It's not about Facebook today, it's not about Google today. It's literally about what's the problem that we're solving, what's the mission, and how much time is it going to take me there? How long is it going to take me to get there? Now, you also have to be in the present. You have to execute. So you have to think in the current time in terms of what are the incremental steps that I need to tell people we're going to achieve? What are the steps that I need to direct people to achieve the objectives necessary to succeed in the mission? But I always have to think about the future. You literally have to be in both places at the same time. And that's the founder. You're the person, or the CEO. The leadership has to bridge that gap. You have to constantly bridge time. So time is unbelievably critical. And you're always running out of time. There's never enough time. There's never enough time. But you're really trying to build something that's significant, which is going to take a hell of a lot of time. It is never going to be easy. It is never going to happen in a year, 2 years. It's 7 years, 10 years. We're building something that's really significant. So time is always something that's on your mind. I'm running out of dollars, but I also need to think about what's the world going to look like in 2020 or whatever your timing is. So time is critical. All right, the last word is my favorite word, is luck. So luck is really interesting in the startup world because luck is not random. Luck is earned, luck is learned. Luck is a compliment, right? Luck is what it brings it all together. Because to be successful in a startup is literally the hardest thing you're going to do. There's times where you'll be alone. There's times where nobody but your co-founder believes in you, literally. There's times where you're masking the reality of what's happening even at home. You know, everything's fine, honey. Everything's good. Yeah, we're going to get there. You're going to go through these rough patches. But it's actually luck. Luck is the funny word because the greatest thing is for people to say, that was a lucky entrepreneur. That you were so lucky. And you know, if you go through this journey, that, yeah, I was lucky, we were lucky, but we took action. We responded to the environment in front of us. We built something with a perspective. We drove ourselves to a goal, and we were lucky. Thank you, we were lucky. So I've lived in Silicon Valley now for 16 years, and I was an outsider. In some ways, I still consider myself an outsider. But I finally started to understand the place. And so I'll leave you with this thought. When I think of Silicon Valley, it is the yellow brick road. But it's different than what you really think. When you look at it from here, it looks like everything's lucky, everything's easy. What the reality of it is, it's a very competitive place. And everybody is working very ruthlessly to try to prove themselves that they're the ones skipping on the golden road. The reality of it is that every night that road gets paved over with all the people that failed to get there the day before. And so the movers come out at night and they rebuild the yellow brick road. And the people that are skipping on that road are the people who get to write history. They're the ones that people say were lucky. But it's never lucky. It's always, always difficult. It doesn't matter where you originate. That's the reality of Silicon Valley. You can literally, in this day and age, originate a great technology company from anywhere. We're all connected. We're also, I'm a mobile person, so mobile is the most horizontal of markets. You're literally competing for, if you're in a consumer market, a behavior that is fairly uniform or at least predictable. So you actually are able to build a company that's leveraging all this investment across the world. You're very lucky. You're lucky that you're in this time where you can take advantage of all this prior investment, all this behavior. But you also are getting to learn. You're able to see all the experiments, all the ups and downs of startups, all the things that work and don't think. And you have to think uniquely. You, as an individual, you in your own company, it's not to copy what happened in the past. It's to take the lessons of the past and apply them to how you see the world, the unique advantage that you have. And that's luck. That's what I think of luck. We're all really, really lucky to participate in this, but there's no tricks, there's no shortcuts. It's just hard work. It's just risk. It's just betting on yourself. If you bet on yourself, no matter what happens with your company, no matter what happens, you will always be lucky because you will always turn it into something that's positive. That's what being an entrepreneur is. That is what luck is. And so that is really the last thought that I'd like to leave with you. I've just summed up 16 years, I'm still figuring it out, in 3 words. My favorite is luck. Don't forget about time. It's very, very precious. And please think long and hard about what your mission is, why you're going to do what you're doing, because you're putting it all on the line and it really matters. In order for investors to care about it, in order for customers to really care about it, you got to pick something that's worth it. You got to pick a mission that merits the best thing that you have, which is your time. So here's to everybody. I hope you're lucky. I want to say thank you and enjoy a great show. Thank you for your attention. Bye.